Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Liam and this is Grammar Simple, the channel that makes English grammar simple. Okay, this is an advanced lesson today and we are going to be talking about something you probably already use in your everyday life in English, both in speaking and in writing, but you might not know what it's called and you might not know exactly how to use it and the different ways it can and should be used. So, ellipsis is the topic, also known as avoiding repetition. If that sounds good to you, stay tuned. All right, like I said, this is an advanced lesson today, and we are talking about ellipsis, or avoiding repetition. Let's get going. First of all, what is ellipsis? Well, let's go to the Oxford Dictionary for some help. Ellipsis is a noun, and ellipsis means the omission from speech or writing of a word or words that are superfluous or able to be understood from contextual clues. Okay, what does this mean? Basically, ellipsis is the deletion or leaving out certain words that are already understood by the listener or the reader, and therefore they do not need to be repeated because they are unnecessary or obvious what the meaning is without using the words again. Okay, let's look at some examples. We'll start with an easy one, something you probably already do on a daily basis since you are an advanced student. So it is common in English to leave out or omit certain words to make our communication easier and faster. Let's look at that example I talked about previously. Okay, simple question. Do you like learning English? I hope so, although maybe not. You might answer, yes, I do like learning English. Is that correct? Well, yeah, it's correct, but it's a little bit strange. Why is it strange? Well, because it's usually not common to answer a question with the exact same words that the person uses in the phrasing or the wording of the question. Do you like learning English? Yes, I like learning English. It sounds a bit robotic. You don't want to do that, right? So we can see here, yes, I do, blank, 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 or space, space, space. These are words that we can omit or leave out. So this is called ellipsis, leaving out certain words that are unnecessary. So what is the best way to answer this question? Yes, I do. Or yes. Or yeah. Or hell yeah. All of those work. Perfect. Good so far? All right, let's continue. Okay, so leaving out or omitting certain words, certain unnecessary words, allows us to do a few things. Number one, avoid repetition or redundancy of words. So these words are redundant. We don't need to say them again. They are unnecessary to understand the meaning that the person answering the question is trying to get across to the person asking the question. And avoiding repetition is a good way to do this. We don't need to repeat things that are not necessary. Second thing, we can write and speak in a clear, more natural way. Like I said before, it sounds a little bit robotic or strange to repeat things that aren't necessary. It's much more natural and a way that a native speaker would speak. And it saves you time. That's always a good thing. Okay, how to use ellipsis. Let's go over some key ideas. So the first one is after an auxiliary verb, the main verb and its object can be omitted, can be left out. So for these examples, auxiliary verbs will be in yellow, main verbs will be in green, turquoise, and its object will be in orange, and the ellipsis will be in purple. All right, let's have a look. Do you like learning English? We can see the auxiliary verb do in yellow, the main verb like in blue or green, and learning English, the object, in orange. Do you like learning English? Yes, I do. So we leave out the main verb and the object. So the blue and the orange are left out. We can see our ellipsis, the omission of unnecessary or redundant words. Yes, I do. It's correct. Okay, let's look at some more complicated examples because that one's pretty easy. Universities should provide affordable housing for students. So the subject of the sentence is universities. Should is the auxiliary verb. Provide is the main verb. And the object of the main verb is affordable housing for students. What should be provided? What should be provided is affordable housing for students. That's the object of the verb. So let's imagine that you want to agree with this statement. How would you agree by using ellipsis? We can say, yes, they should, or you can say, yes, universities should, or you can say, universities should. Those are all correct, but it's most common to use pronouns because, again, pronouns also save time and avoid repetition, as you hopefully already know. So yes, they should. We leave out the main verb, we leave out the object, and we keep the auxiliary verb. Boom. Yes, they should. Another one. I think I have presented an idea most students would agree with. Okay, what is the idea? Well, I'm not repeating the previous statement, which is that universities should provide affordable housing for students. I think I have presented an idea, the idea of providing affordable housing for students, and this is an idea most students would agree with. Of course, who doesn't want cheaper housing? I do. I think you probably do too, right? Okay, how do we use ellipsis to answer this or respond to this statement? Well, first let's look at the auxiliary verb is have. The main verb is presented. The object is, I'll let you answer that in your mind, or you can speak to your screen. That's okay too, but no one's going to answer. What do you think the object is? All right, drum roll, please. If you said an idea most students would agree with, you are correct. Congratulations. All right. Here we can see the same sentence with everything in their proper colors. What is the ellipsis? Yes, blank, blank. What do you think? Yes, you have. I think I have presented an idea most students would agree with. Yes, you have. Or, yes, Liam, you have. Both are good. All right, next way of using ellipsis, or next rule or tip. Infinitive clauses can be shortened. Only use the word to or not to. Obviously, to is positive and not to is negative, right? Let's look at an example. A little bit longer, a little bit more difficult on this one. Some students decided to raise the issue of affordable housing at the next student council meeting, while other students decided not to raise the issue of affordable housing at the next student council meeting. Okay, pretty good sentence here, but we are repeating a lot of words and information. It's not necessary to do this. So we use ellipsis to cut out or delete or omit or leave out unnecessary words. So what words would you leave out of this sentence? What are some changes that we can make to make it more concise or more efficient? What do you think? Well, if we look at the rule, we can shorten infinitive clauses. So we don't want to shorten the first clause because that gives us, the key information. But we can shorten the second clause. So there we go. We don't need to repeat the verb again, raise, the infinitive. So we can end the sentence with not to. Some students decided to raise the issue of affordable housing at the next student council meeting, while other students decided not to. Not to what? Not to raise the issue of affordable housing at the next student council meeting. You get the idea. All right. Okay, let's look at another example using the same method. The student council agreed with the students. However, when they asked the dean to help them, he didn't want to help them. Okay, what can we leave out of this sentence? What do you think? Hopefully this one is pretty easy. Remember, we can leave out the words next to the word to or not to. So, he didn't want to. The student council agreed with the students. However, they asked the dean to help them. He didn't want to. All right, we're making progress. Let's keep going. Okay, we also use ellipsis to answer questions, like our first example. Do you like learning English? Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. Let's imagine the dean is talking to the students. The dean says, "Would you like to form a special committee to discuss affordable housing options?" The students say, "Yes, we would." Okay? The students don't need to say, "Yes, we would like to form a special committee to discuss affordable housing options," because the dean already knows what he said or she said to the students. The students don't need to repeat it back to the dean. It's not necessary. Okay, we also use ellipsis to answer opinion questions. For example, are there good reasons for providing affordable housing to students? What do you think? What's your opinion? Are there reasons for providing affordable housing to students? Yes, there are. No, there aren't. I think there are. I don't think there are. These are all answers that we can give for this question using ellipsis. Yes, there are good reasons for providing affordable housing to students. No, there aren't good reasons for blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. We can leave out those unnecessary words. Or we can just say, I think there are, or I don't think there are, or yes, or no. Those work too. We can also use not really. That one is a little bit more informal. Okay, another opinion question. Should students be provided affordable housing on campus? Okay, what is campus? Campus is the domain of the university, the property of the university, where all the buildings are, etc. What do you think? Can you answer this question in a short way that leaves out unnecessary words? How about yes, no? That's pretty good. But sometimes we want to be a little bit more polite and give a bit more of a formal answer, a bit more information. So, I think they should. No, they shouldn't. I think so. I don't think so. Okay, I just want to say a couple of things about I think so and I don't think so. Why am I focusing on these two? Well, in my opinion, in Canadian English, North American English, the intonation, the stress that you use to use these two options is very important. So what do I mean by that? So I think so. What does that mean? I think so. I think so. What is the difference? I think so. I think so. How about I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, there's a big difference between those. I think so is unsure. I think so is sure. I don't think so is unsure. I don't think so is sure. This means certain or uncertain. So you can use these if you're uncertain. You can say, I don't think so. Or you can say, I don't think so. It's about your demeanor, your mood, your tone of voice, the stress you use on the verb. These things can convey two totally different things. So just be aware of that when you're using them. Okay, we can also replace words with pronouns. And that allows us to use ellipsis also. I'm getting a coffee. Great, I'll get one too. Okay, what is the pronoun for a coffee in this example? One. I'll get it too doesn't work. We don't say that. I'll get one too. One means a coffee. Are you buying a new gaming computer soon? No, can't afford one. Okay, one means a new gaming computer. We don't need to say, are you buying a new gaming computer soon? No, I can't buy a new gaming computer soon. It sounds bizarre. Don't do that. Just use the word one. Okay. The reason I'm changing the orange to the yellow here is just to highlight something that is a small difference that you might not care about, but sometimes grammar nerds like me maybe care about. So let's have a look. So, are you buying a new gaming computer soon? If you look at the orange example, notice I did not highlight buying, but in the yellow example, I did highlight the word buying. Why did I do this? Because we can change pronouns for this and it means slightly different things, although basically it's the same thing. Okay. No, I can't afford it. Or no, I can't afford one. What do you think the difference is between these two sentences? I think both of them are correct, but they have slightly different meanings. Very slightly. What do you think those differences are? What does one refer to? What does it refer to? Think about it for a second. Are you buying a new gaming computer soon? No, I can't afford one. Are you buying a new gaming computer soon? No, I can't afford it. What's the difference? Okay, it means to buy a new computer. To buy a new computer. One means a new gaming computer. So if I say, no, I can't afford one, I can't afford a new gaming computer. If I say, no, I can't afford it, it means I can't afford to buy a new gaming computer. The difference, like I said, is very small. It's not really important. I just thought I would mention it because I really have nothing else to do. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching this lesson on ellipsis. Hopefully you learned something. A lot of this is stuff you already use in your everyday life, being an advanced student, but hopefully you learned a little bit about the rules and you can think about this when you're speaking or when you're talking with other people who are maybe a little bit less advanced in English than you. Also, these things are really good to implement in your writing. Lots of academic writing that I read has a lot of sentences and a lot of ideas, frankly, that could be omitted and ellipsis could be used. Ask for help, write me a comment, and I'll try to get back to you if you have any questions. And let me know any future videos that you would like to see. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Liam. This is Grammar Simple, the channel that makes English grammar simple. All right, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.